All the great communicators in the world do these three things. Stick around to the end of the video to find out what they are so that you can be just like them. Welcome back to another video. My name is Brett and my channel is dedicated to helping you level up your communication skills and building rock solid self-confidence. Before we get started, it's really important to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. I don't have anything to sell you guys like courses or merch or anything like that. So the best way for you to support the channel and keep these free videos coming is to subscribe. It's going to help me grow the channel. It's going to help other people find my channel as well who want to level up their communication skills. Without further ado, let's get started with the video. The first thing that great communicators do is they control the tempo. They do this by speaking slower and pausing for emphasis. This is going to do a couple of things. The first is that it's easier for your audience to understand you. A lot of times when you're speaking really fast, the information that you're giving your audience is going to go right over their heads. They're not going to get a chance to understand it and digest what you're trying to tell them. When I first wanted to improve my speaking, that's what I struggled with the most. I always wanted to talk really fast and everything would get stuck in my mouth. I'd have a tough time enunciating all of my words. I would come across as really nervous because of how fast I was speaking. And you want to make sure that you're coming across as very confident to your audience. The next reason is that it's easier for you to speak slower. It's going to allow you to speak more clearly. Some of the greatest speakers the world has ever seen were known for their slow and deliberate speaking styles. Speakers like JFK, Barack Obama, Martin Luther King Jr., and Steve Jobs. They were all known for speaking relatively slow, which really gave their audience a chance to understand and dissect what their message was. There's a common misconception that speaking really fast makes you sound smart, but when you speak slow and deliberate, it gives you a chance to assert your control. The second habit that all great speakers have is they set the frame. Frame is just the context of the conversation. You may not realize it, but everything in the world is framed. Have you ever gone to a doctor's office? Do you get to see the doctor right away? What is the doctor wearing when you do get a chance to see him? More than likely, if you've ever gone to the doctor, you've had to wait in the waiting room, you've had to speak to a nurse before you can speak to the doctor, and then when he does get there, he's wearing a white coat. This is all framing him as the expert in medicine. What this is going to do for your speaking and your communication is it's going to organize the message for the audience. You're telling the audience exactly what you want them to think. As a speaker, you have a golden opportunity to shape the perception of your audience's mind. So it's important not to squander it because you're either setting the frame or the frame is being set on you. And like I said a second ago, everything is framed. When you're in school, when you're at work, when you go to the doctor's office, every single thing that you encounter is framed. Let me give you a couple of examples of frame. Let's say you just met somebody and you think they'd be a good fit for your friend group. You might say something like, some of my buddies are getting together for a drink later. Why don't you join us? You're setting the frame that you have a group of friends and you think they'd be a good fit. Another frame might be if you're on a sales call. You might say something like, well, I only work with clients who invest X amount of hours into their craft. Is that something that you'd be willing to do? You're setting the frame that you only work with certain customers and they need to qualify themselves to you if they want to be one of your customers. So as the communicator, make sure that you're using frame to your advantage in every conversation that you have. The final habit that all great communicators do is they relate their content to their audience. They do this by telling stories, making analogies, and using examples. Funny enough, I just used this one a second ago. I don't know if you guys picked up on it or not, but I just gave you guys the example of finding a new friend for your friend group and being on a sales call. There are tons of experts out there who can tell you everything about their field of study, but they're not great speakers because they don't know how to make their content relatable to their audience. Think of something like computer coding, for instance. I can have a conversation with a computer coder and have absolutely no idea what he's talking about. But if he started to put it into terms that I understand, then maybe I'd have a chance of remembering some of the content. As humans, we're emotional beings, and that's probably what makes stories, analogies, and examples so effective for us because it really allows us to feel our emotions, and that's what we end up remembering. We don't remember the details and we don't remember logic, but we do remember how we feel about somebody and what they're talking about. For instance, Steve Jobs, when he introduced the iPod, told you that he could fit 1,000 songs in his pocket. He didn't tell you what processor, how much RAM, what kind of screen the iPod had. They only cared how they could use the product. And how they could use the product was putting all of their favorite songs right in their pocket. So let's quickly recap the 3 habits that all the great communicators in the world use. The first is they control the tempo. The second is they set the frame. And the third is they relate their content to their audience. When you combine these 3 habits, you transform every conversation, because that's what the great ones do. They shape the moment, guide the meaning, and connect with their listeners. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up and drop a comment down below. I'm always interested to hear what you think of these videos. Once again, my name is Brett. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.